So, when we reach out to those suffering with mental health disorders such as addictions, disordered eating, and PTSD, treating them as people first, we can increase our client base and add value to our communities. Establishing goals for ourselves, both personal and professional, will help us give us a why to live for, a reason to enjoy and excel in our work. Raising our awareness through experience and education will help keep our motivation high as we move towards building the business, practice, and lifestyle of our dreams. Just thought I'd bring all the words into one final thing. I was going to do that first, but Mary Lynn didn't want me to. She said, no, then you don't have to give your talk. So, I'm going to finish off today. I got to breathe because I get excited. One of my instructors, my fellow instructors at McMaster University, Dr. Pradeep Kumar, he is a mind-body medicine doctor. And one day to the students, he gave a little story on what he believes are the 4 stages of becoming a healer. He said the first stage is you have to decide or you have to hear a calling. Whatever it is that makes you do it. I'm going to be a massage therapist. I'm going to be a physiotherapist, a nurse, a doctor. Something inside you says you need to go and train in this. You're a giver. You're compassionate. You care about people. So you choose your schooling and you embark. Do you know how you're going to get through? No. Do you know where the money's going to come from? No. Do you know how you're going to pass 6 tests in a week, 4 written and 2 practical? No. But you decide to do it. He said many, many people are called to do this, so they embark and their journey begins. He said now, going through that first stage, the growth for some will be such that it's higher than others. Because some of the people are still trying, they're just kind of doing it because somebody told them to do it. Yeah, I heard massage was pretty good, but I don't know if it's really for me. So to enter the second stage, you actually have to graduate with some sort of certification in order to practice. So moving into the second stage, many will make it, but some won't, and that's okay. They'll find their way. But in the second stage, we have to go out. Because when you graduate, it's called commencement. Commencement means beginning. Doesn't mean the end. It means you're going to begin. So you go out and you start practicing. Maybe you have to work for a tyrant. Maybe you work in a beautiful setting. Maybe you work at a hospital. Maybe you own your own business. Whatever the case might be. Maybe you work in 3 different places at once. That's awesome. But you go out and you start practicing everything you've learned. It's the second stage. After some time, and this will take some people a little bit longer than others to reach, you start to enter into the third stage. And many will make it into the third stage from the second, and some won't. That's okay. They'll still find their way. But the third stage is when we enter into the point where we've blossomed. We have more experience. So we start to question everything we've learned in the first 2 stages. We start to question our mentors. We start to say, hey, Paul, well, I was listening to you, and I think if we did it this way, even though I'm the student in your class, I've kind of been practicing it this way, and we can collaborate, we can talk, we can discuss. But you start making your own way. You have your own technique. People come out and go, what was that? You say, well, it's a massage therapy treatment. They go, That was completely different than any treatment I've ever experienced. So I don't know what you did. Yeah, your receipt says massage, but that wasn't massage, buddy. So that's the third stage of becoming a healer. Now for the fourth stage, what I'd like you to do is indulge me for the last couple minutes. Just close your eyes. Take some nice, deep breaths. Now I want you to imagine it's a little bit nicer of a spring day, like a couple days ago. There's a nice cool breeze. The flowers are starting to come out. Everything's very green, very lush. So Pradeep went on to tell us that close to his house is a park. And the park is almost separated in half. One half to the right of the park, I want you to see this. Nice green grass, lawn bowling fields, soccer pitches, baseball diamonds. As far as you can see, it's nice and green. Bordering the park and on the left-hand side is a thick, lush forest. So on this particular day, Pradeep went out for a walking meditation, and he was walking on a path that was right beside the field and the forest. Every once in a while as he was walking, he would hear the wind blowing through the trees. And every time he heard it getting close to the edge of the park, he would stop and take a couple nice deep breaths as the breeze enveloped him. He did this several times. And as he was going along, he noticed up ahead a huge lilac bush was right on the border of the forest and the park. And just as he arrived at the foot of the lilac bush, he could hear the wind coming through the trees. So he got a big smile on his face, and he started taking nice deep inhales just as the wind hit, inundating him with the smell of the lilac, just covering him with lilac. Just a big smile, nothing he could do, nothing else mattered in the world, just he and the lilac. As the wind died down, he put his hands in a prayer position and he bowed to the lilac, thanking for sharing the time, and he continued on. Okay, you can open your eyes. When he got home, he poured himself a glass of water and he sat down in his living room to sort of debrief himself with some of the things he was thinking about on his walk. He finished his glass of water and wanted to get another. When he got up, as soon as he moved, he said nothing, he could only smell the lilac. And as he walked into the kitchen, every time he moved, his clothes were giving off the smell of the lilac. And he said that is the fourth stage of becoming a healer. That's when somebody can just come to you, be in your presence. You don't have to say anything to them. They don't have to say anything to you. And this healing takes place. When they leave from you, they have that feeling all day of healing and peace. He said, now many will try to get to the fourth stage. He said, unfortunately, not many will make it. But he believes we should all still try. And so that's sort of my message to you today in a roundabout way. Find some people to help, figure out how to help them, and become the lilac. I think it'll change your entire life, your family's life, those closest to you, and allow you to have the business, practice, and lifestyle of your dreams. Thank you so much for helping me make my dream come true. Stay awesome, everybody.